Okay, the fifth track.
Captain No Beard is the other song that I think of on this album when I think of songs that are the complete package. Grooves, a little bit more aggression, a little bit of ambience, a little bit of cinematic feel.
The song comes in beautifully because of Richard's cocktail bar piano.
The intro did not come together until we got Richard's take from the end of Void.
James, actually, he wanted to take the second line, New Orleans, like, drum line.
Groove.
We wanted to create the effect that you're in New Orleans, you're on Bourbon Street, you're drinking beers, you're doing hand grenade shots. Sam and I are really into concept albums, and when you think about Scenes from a Memory, you can hear him, walking into his house, turning on the vinyl player. So we were given this opportunity to create that sort of ambiance, words, where you're in a bar on Bourbon Street, you're hearing a piano player, you're walking out of the bar, you're gonna hear that second line band, and then the song's gonna start.
These big saloon doors opening onto the street, and you're suddenly in the middle of this big parade.
James actually wrote the instrumental thinking about a party.
It's second line, it's supposed to be, funky and fun. So we recorded it with 2 microphones in my space. And then Sam did what he does and just made it sound sick, and now we have this really awesome intro to the song. Captain No Beard is a reference to a Borderlands 2. I think it's a boss or a character. I was really into Borderlands, and I was also taking a New Orleans drumming class, and I was writing Oriental music for a film score that I was doing. The original guitar melody in this song was originally written for harp, and it never got used, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna make this an Aviations song.
This song is heavily based around this triplet shuffle groove swing thing. I've never really heard any metal bands doing something like this. It's more something you would find in jazz or big band second line music.
I really wanted to incorporate that swing 16th note into an Aviations song, and I also was really into the second line drumming thing.
I've been trying to avoid this. That's why I'll use this. It's an epic song. Not necessarily in terms of, it doesn't have bass drums and timpanis, but epic in where it goes. Just the whole journey, 7 minutes of ebbing and flowing. Some of the licks where I'm doubling the guitar are so cool. Some of those lead lines are really surprising and where they go and what notes they land on the ends of phrases.
One day I just started adding a section to it, which turned into the chorus section of the song. Later that day, James came back to our apartment while I was working on that, and I was like, hey, check this thing out that I did.
There's a lot of shred in this song, a lot of cool 16th note swing shred. I just like the way this song grooves a lot, because it's not to a grid or anything, right? It's just free-flowing, groovy prog metal.
This song has some contrasting feels throughout. Lyrically, it's about the progression in one's life, moving from home, making new friends, missing home. There's a lot of references to the woods, but that is my symbol of home. I'm from rural Massachusetts. I was also writing about struggles with career choices, doing the music thing, which is extremely difficult, but I love doing it. I'm sure a lot of the other guys can relate to this song, and if you are a musician trying to do the thing, you can definitely relate to the song lyrically.
It's also one of the hardest songs to play, easily. There are so many freaking chords, fast lines and passages and tapping and all this craziness. It's going to be the most difficult thing to play live, I guarantee it.
That funky section in the middle, the bow, What's even funny about that section is I literally demoed a rap over that section, and we took it out, and then I guess it let me do the thing that I like to do, which is just chill over this stuff when I can.
This song was heavily beat mapped, and leading into that clean section, when we were tracking vocals, the delay that we were using was being adjusted by those tempo changes and the delay change, and it made this really weird, warbly sound, and we thought it was so cool. We actually printed it, and you can hear it pretty prominently on the record.
I know James is going to talk about this because he would not let me drop it, but there's an E5 in there. But after I did that, I learned if you're going to put something in a demo and someone's going to love it, it's not going to make its way out.
Adam's vocal lines at the end are so epic. Are you kidding me right now?
Live, I'm worried about that. Maybe I'll work up to it. Following that bit, there are "It's Gone Away From Me." Anthony Green, biggest influence, I would say. There's a take, I think the last one in that final phrase of that kind of chorus part. Man.
This last section was actually something James wrote back when the song was a lot shorter. He wanted it to be more of like the next verse or the next section. So when he pitched it to me, I was like, nah, dude, this is the huge, like, triumphant end. I remember James tracking drums for this song in particular. He was hitting so hard. And when you hit your drums out loud, like, there's no way they can sound bad. Also, I was hearing a really awesome guitar solo, but we were going into track drums and I hadn't actually recorded the solo yet, and I knew there was a couple hits that I really wanted the drums to line up with, so what I did was, like, literally the night before we tracked the drums, I just kind of bullshitted a bunch of ideas as fast as I possibly could.
I think this is my favorite song. I was really stoked on this song because if you look at what, as a listener, what you've already heard from the album, you've heard like a speed metal song, and then you've got like this dad rock bluesy song, and then you've got, you know, the seventh chord song, and then you've got this instrumental interlude, and now you've got this funky swing metal song. So everything you've heard so far is different, which I think is really cool.
I'm really happy with how this song ended up coming out, even though it's so long.
Yeah. So that's about it. I'm looking forward to doing it live. There's a lot of single note runs, a little less chordal approach for me on this one.
Yeah, I just really like this song. I can't wait to play it live. It's gonna be so fun.
All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that look into Captain No Beard. Next on the list is 2 days. So see you in hopefully not 2 days.